IT has become essential to manage transactions, process information, and capture and disseminate knowledge, tasks that enable and sustain both economic and social activities. In many organizations, IT is fundamental to support, sustain, transform, and grow the business. In this chapter, we discuss how the leadership of IT should be related to its role within the business. Key learning objectives for this chapter are: understand the different roles that IT can play in organizations and recognize that this role can change over time. Understand why IT role transitions may create organizational tensions and conflict. Understand why it is valuable to match the leadership approach to the role that IT is expected to fill in the business. The role that IT plays in an organization should strongly influence the approach used to identify opportunities, design, and implement IT-enabled business initiatives, and organizing and managing IT resources and professionals. Two dimensions should be assessed. One, the business implications of the IT application portfolio. And two, the business implications of the IT project portfolio. The first dimension describes the extent to which existing IT systems and applications are critical for sustaining enterprise operations, and that draws attention to the need for IT excellence in execution. The second dimension assesses the extent to which IT is critical to growing the enterprise by shaping future business strategy and capabilities. It highlights the importance of IT innovation efforts. Simultaneous consideration of these two dimensions reveals four broad roles for IT, which frame the decision executives face in organizing, managing, and governing IT, as shown in this slide. In the support quadrant, the role of IT in sustaining current business operation and in shaping future business operations or strategy is relatively limited. Despite even widespread and constant use of IT, firms may not be operationally dependent on IT, nor approach it as a means to reposition themselves vis-a-vis their markets, suppliers, or competitors. Until fairly recently, support was the typical role of IT in many professional firms, for example, law firms and consulting firms. In the factory quadrant, IT systems are absolutely critical to current business operation. Firms like the Nasdaq Stock Exchange or Port of Singapore Authority, where reliable, zero-defect operations of IT is essential for performing core activities within the organization and across the extended business network of customers, suppliers, and partners. In the turnaround quadrant, firms view IT as a means for business transformation. While they are not currently operationally dependent on IT, their IT projects and innovations are intended to exploit emerging strategic opportunities or transforming business capabilities, raising IT's visibility within the firm. Facing strong competitions in its core cardiac pacing business, Medtronic sought to differentiate itself by offering an IT-enabled service. Remote monitoring for certain pacemaker models. This initiative, involving development of new technology and information capabilities, signaled a turnaround in Medtronic's business profile, as it leveraged its first experience to launch remote monitoring service, offering for a range of disease and devices. In the strategic quadrant, firms rely intensively on IT to sustain current business and enable their future transformation. A firm such as Charles Schwab, a discount brokerage firm, provides an example. At Charles Schwab, a steady stream of technology innovation, strong strategy evolution through much of the company's existence, and IT development activities were inextricably linked to defining the company's strategic positioning vis-a-vis competitors. In companies like Charles Schwab, IT and business strategy are not just aligned, they are intertwined. And IT leadership, governance, and investment decisions are made in the boardroom by those charged with assuring business success and survival. The leadership approaches needed to introduce new technologies into a company can be quite different from those needed to maintain established technologies and existing systems. So, as the role of IT in an organization evolves, so too should approaches to IT organization and management change. When IT fulfills a support role, the IT assets of a company usually can be adequately managed by a technical professional and a team of technical staff. Members of the IT function, which can be managed as a cost center, may interact with managers and clerks in some functional areas, such as operations and finance, but are unlikely to need to interact directly with senior executives of the company. Firms in the factory quadrant are critically dependent on their IT systems for business continuity, and thus their leadership approach should focus on ensuring the utmost availability and reliability of these critical assets. At this stage, the IT function should ideally be led by someone who channels both technical and industry knowledge into a strong operations focus, and who can enforce a highly disciplined approach to operations and development. Firms in the turnaround quadrant look to their IT functions as a catalyst to transform organizational capabilities and reveal new strategic avenues. New IT initiatives are often defined, implemented, and managed at the top levels of the corporation. And the leadership of IT should have direct relationship with the firm's senior executive team. An IT leader with an entrepreneurial approach to getting things done will be a good fit at this stage. In firms in the strategic quadrant, both current IT operations and future IT-enabled activities have assumed major importance. In these organizations, the CIO is expected to drive business values by using IT to scale the business and increase market share, expand quickly into new markets and products, and build emerging IT-enabled businesses. This person needs to possess both technical and general management expertise and have a strong focus on execution and growth. Within strategically IT-dependent firms, IT executives tend to be members of the executive committee. In some firms, the head of the IT function is a member of the board of directors.